secrets of the fetish underground, a raw presence conjured straight from the collective unconscious, apocalyptic, provocative, and utterly impossible to ignore. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves for Carmen Red Lights.
Roses and champagne rising from the floor. Make my sacrifice and I'll let you know.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi.
Let's get back into Carmen Red Light. So, most people immediately think of Amsterdam when it comes to the name. Is that where it originates, or is it from somewhere else?
Yes, I know people ask me about that, but it's just a coincidence because the real intention of that name is celebrate a memory of a pin-up girl from 50s called Carmen Miranda. I don't know if you heard about her, that Tutti Fruit hat girl.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes, it's a mix of her name with urban legend of a criminal guy called the Bandit of Red Light. He's like a criminal legend of São Paulo from 60s as well.
Wow.
So that was a mix of Carmen Miranda and the Bandit of Red Light.
Your visual style is incredibly striking. I've seen many costumes. Today you look amazing. What influences your fashion sense?
Has so many influences, like I can say from the gothic, post-punk gothic style. You can say influence of the pop culture as well, like Hanna-Barbera cartoons, like some pop horror movies, and from kind of American influence too, from Sex Pistols. You can say from Psyox.
Hanna-Barbera. What kind of Hanna-Barbera shows?
I have all the Hanna-Barbera. I like all, but I love Addams Family.
Yes.
I love Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Talking about influences and characters and TV shows, can you tell me a couple characters that you think would be best representative of you and your personality?
Yes, it's kind of difficult for me to say that, but let's say if I can see myself as a Morticia Adams, is one of character. The other character, Quentin Tarantino, Mallory Knox from Natural Born Killers.
Awesome. From your visual style, I can see that probably the cinematics are a big part of your influence as well. But can you tell me kind of what's the major storylines that you tend to focus on when creating your mini movies?
Depend of the song. The last song, one example, was about mental health issues.
Yes.
Environment, and the environment I tried to create was something like sick hospital style, and then with that mental confused with a kind of dark and sex in the same time. So I was trying to mix that environment from that last video clip.
Interesting. So a bit of a
Check by yourself and tell me what you think.
so a bit of a kind of psychological thriller inside a mental institution. And actually, obviously, visually, I think that's something that people attach themselves to you very quickly. But the music, I think, is what keeps them there. So visually, you're very striking. Your music is very striking, so people tend to attach themselves to that. But the music is why they stay. So it'd be good to understand a bit more about your influences from a musical standpoint.
Yes, I have so many influences, like every artist, no? But we are in England. Let's talk about English influences. Let's say, for sure, Massive Attack.
Oh, yeah.
Massive Attack is very present in my life and my creation process. Let's say The Prodigy.
Prodigy is great.
Let's say White Stripes. Let's say some actual The Horrors.
Okay. So a bit of a rocky.
Yeah, rock.
Creatively for you, what are you making then from those influences?
It's not proposital. Like, I think it's my consciousness start to create with the influence, but I never stop it for, say, I'm going to get influence from that artist and create it. No, that's coming naturally. I think from all my life influence, that's come out the music I'm doing, but I never stop to focus on one influence for create something. No, that's coming natural.
Okay, so then naturally, what kind of music would you say you produce?
Industrial rock.
Very cool.
But people call from different ways. Some people call dark rock, some people call metal. But for me, it's industrial rock.
So in a lot of your music, there's different influences or themes, whether that be kind of Brazilian religions and these kind of rhythm and beats, where does that kind of, how does that shape your sound?
The rock I doing have a differential. There is the presence of the Brazilian drums and visual way influence of the Brazilian Afro religion called candomblé and kimbanda.
So a lot of your music seems to have kind of heavy metal influences. Some people see this maybe kind of rebellious or anti-religious. What are your thoughts?
Yes, the rock and roll music is always like a rebel song music. So if you want or not, that's gonna be against the system and kind of rebel. But about the dark and religion stuff, I know it's kind of controversial, but because we call that Afro-Brazilian religion, but for me, it's not a religion. I can say it's Afro culture. It's more the presence of the culture, not religion.
Okay.
Because it's true. In the reality, I am anti-religion. So now with the fascism in the world, that wave in the Europe and the full world of fascism politicians, so we need more than ever to be against the fascism and the Christianity.
So just following on from that, your recent track, Faith No More, feels incredibly charged. Do you view that song as a necessary weapon against modern fascism and religious religion structure?
For sure, for sure. Faith No More, on my work, I can say is the anthem of anti-fascism and anti-religion.
Are there any kind of specific parts of that creation process that really kind of informed how you presented those?
In the creation process was kind of, was with a friend at home. We had that conclusion. We just had conversation. And it was like very sad both about the situation of the world, the religion, the fascism. Then, naturally in the conversation, I start to say one phrase. He answered me a different phrase, and then I stop and I realized that can be a song. That came from a midnight conversation.
It's a very, very natural process. So talking about Faith No More and these heavy themes that you talk about, do you fear a backlash from fans and from the industry?
Yes, for sure. I have to be careful about what I'm talking, what I show, what I give to my public, because I know my mind's very open. So if I give wings for my imagination, I can create something very big in the point of make people scared. So for sure, I give myself limits sometimes when I create. Think about the public and the fan. I looking careful about my fans, so I don't make them scared.
Okay, so and just kind of talking about pushing boundaries and these kind of things. You filmed in a psychological ward, and obviously you did a shoot in a church. Tell me about the story about how you managed to do that.
Because me and the producer was inside without authorization, so we started recording. Then one of the scenes, I will be kind of half naked. So when I was in the stage where the father stay in the church, and the producer started filming. When we start the scene, before finish, I was interfere with a voice, was the father for the church. Say, oh, what you doing here? Satan is in my church now. And me and the producer running, but we have that scene saved on the video.
Just kind of to get a bit more personal, if we strip away all the controversy and the performances and the fans, can you tell us where your raw soul comes from?
I think the big motor of my art and my life as an artist is my country culture, for sure. Everything's about the Brazilian culture. Most is a rock sound, but Brazil is a very rock and roll country too. So you have to live in there to know that, because have two kinds of Brazil. The Brazil everybody knows from the media is like a tropical Latin Brazil, and have another dark side of Brazil. Then you have to live there in the metropolis so you know how is it. My country is my big influence. The ascension of the slaves and the black culture when they ascend to the dark and show the power. So the Afro-Brazilian culture is the big influence of my work in the end. Influence of England too. I love that dark side of the God architecture. And I have 20 years, then I live here for sure. I have some influence from here.
And just one level deeper, kind of who brought you into this world that dark and grim world? Tell us the story of how that happened. So just to go a little bit deeper and a bit more personal,
Okay.
who brought you into this kind of dark and mystical world?
It's very fun to say that, but was my sister. She bring me to the first group of people in a carnival where they have like kind of block and group who's enjoy dark music, and she introduced me that as no intentional. She just bring me with her because I was child. She can't leave me at home alone.
Yeah.
I became from the club, and she's out.
So when she first took you to that event, what was your thoughts? How did you
I
feel?
felt in my heart deep like that's my place. That's the people I belong, and
You weren't scared.
I found myself no.
So this is my last question, and I just want to kind of go and understand your first musical experience. So tell me, what's the name of the first band you ever joined?
Yes, the first band I had was at my city called João Pessoa, Paraíba, Brazil. So I had like kind of 18, 19 years old. Me and 4 more friends, we had a group called, if it's in English, the translator will be a question, whose mother?
Okay.
And in Portuguese is a mãe de quem? It's like kind of question.
Whose mother?
Yes. And the question you can ask, do you know when the people ask you something without sense?
Yes.
And instead you say what? You can say whose mother?
Ah, okay. Who raised this child? Kind of like that.
Sure.
Thank
Sure,
you.
sure.
All right. Thank you, Carmen. It was lovely speaking to you. Is there anything else you want to leave for your fans?
Welcome. I like to see you again here for sure. And for my fans, I like to say, let's rock it and never give it up.